I want to thank Senator McCaskill, and obviously the report produced and released by the Pentagon today is very, very important. If you look at the 12 metrics, on 9 out of the 12 metrics in this report, there is clear evidence of progress. And to put it very simply, the fact that we have prevalence down and reporting up, that is so critical as we look at these types of crimes where too often, they've been in the shadows. And this is something where we know if their prevalence is down and the reporting is up, that we are making progress going forward. I wanted to address, as we worked on this issue from the beginning, all of us who are here today, Senator McCaskill, Senator Levin, Senator Fisher, we understood from the beginning that the reforms that were put in place, including, by the way, in the 2014 defense authorization, we put in a provision to make retaliation a crime under the UCMJ last year, that we were going to have to continue to not only measure the progress of the department, but to ensure that the reforms that we have passed are fully being implemented and that the members of the service understand and are being educated on not only what support services are out there like the Special Victims Council, which is clearly making a difference, but also the fact that even on a peer-to-peer relationship, you have to understand that retaliation is something that is a crime under the UCMJ now. So I think there is more to be done on retaliation, and we plan, I know, going forward to ensure that not only the provisions that we put in place in the 2014 NDAA, but also in the NDAA, the 2015 NDAA, which we hope may come to the floor in the next week. There's also a provision authored by Senator McCaskill and Senator Fisher and I that would allow those who have been separated from service, who have been victims of a sexual assault, to actually reopen that separation. So if you feel you've been retaliated against in some way, this provision will give those who feel that they've been treated unfairly an opportunity to relitigate those issues in light of the fact that they've been victims of sexual assault, to take into account sometimes the hesitancy and understandable feelings that victims have, and if they previously, even before we have passed these reforms, have been retaliated against, they will have the opportunity to come forward. And so I think that's an important provision in the 2015 NDAA, which we've put together. If you look at over the last 2 years, the progress that has been made, it's very, very important and to see this progress. And we will continue to ensure that we do everything that we can. We're certainly not going to rest on some of the good news that we've seen today. We're going to continue to be vigilant and ensure that we can not only reduce the number of sexual assaults, we'd like to eliminate them in our military, but that every victim understands that they will be supported and be respected when they come forward. And I think we see very positive trends today in this report. And I think one of the most that Senator McCaskill already highlighted is that the vast majority of survivors express satisfaction with their sexual assault response coordinators, victim advocates, and special victims counsel. The fact that victims feel when they are asked, how was the system in terms of the people that are responding to support them and how were they treated, have expressed satisfaction. We want every victim to feel that way, but we've made tremendous progress. I want to thank my colleagues on this important issue. Passing the NDA in 2015 will further help us deal with retaliation, and we're going to continue to hold the leadership, not only in the Pentagon, but in each of the service branches, accountable and responsible for continuing to implement the reforms we've passed and will continue to pass in the 2015 NDAA, and ensure that victims of sexual assault and survivors are treated with the dignity and respect that they should be.